What if I told you that the reason you're not living your dream life is because you're simply being too realistic? In order to have, be, or do anything you desire, you have to embrace being absolutely delusional. My own brother recently told me that he thinks I'm insane. And honestly, as a full time business owner and his little sister, that is the best compliment he's ever given me. In the last 10 years, I have manifested everything from being able to quit my job and move to Paris to creating a full time business to manifesting my husband after years on the struggle bus. And honestly, there's nothing that I do not believe I cannot do, be, or have. It is directly tied to how I view the world and being slightly insane. In this video, I'm going to break down how controlled insanity, or Delulu, is the path to having, being, and doing absolutely everything that you desire. If you're new here, my name is Natanya Bravo. I am a business and life coach that is obsessed with helping you step into the business and life of your dreams. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and make sure that you turn on notifications, and let's get into it. As I shared, I have been in business full time for about 7 years now, and my big brother follows my social media pages, and he recently sent me this message. Sometimes I think that you're insane, but if I show you the full message, you'll understand why this was honestly the best compliment I could have ever gotten as an entrepreneur. He said, "Sometimes I think you're insane, but then I realize you're just going for it. Big props for you." If you're new here, in 2017, I got tired of being sick and tired with myself. I decided to get off of what society tells us is this normal path to success and go after this inner pull inside of me. I felt absolutely insane. I did not have a plan B, C, or D. I simply woke up one day and decided to follow my one-day dream of living in Paris. That decision seemed absolutely wild at the time. I had all the check marks of success. I had a good job making 6 figures. I traveled the world for my job on a business expense account. I was a homeowner before the age of 30. I was really checking all the boxes of the things that life tells us are stereotypical success. But yet there was this inner desire, inner pull that honestly felt completely insane at the time. And my friends and family often questioned me, and I honestly questioned myself. Am I crazy? Am I delusional to think that it's possible for me to quit my entire good life and go create something new in a country where I didn't know anyone and didn't speak the language? And now, 7 years later, with over 1,000 clients, 10 sold out retreats, and millions of dollars made in the process, I know that that muscle of just going for it and being delusional and a little bit insane is what got me here. Being insane and delusional has brought me more success, joy, and inner alignment than I could possibly imagine. It's also forced me to confront me. It requires me to be willing to fail publicly, to be judged, to be terrified and do it anyway. And if I'm being honest, sometimes I do actually feel insane because it's easy for the inner dialogue to pop up of, can I really do this? Is this really possible? I've never seen anyone else do this. Everyone else is following what we call normal. When we want to go outside of that box, it feels wildly uncomfortable and will literally have you questioning your own sanity. Whenever I feel myself asking myself, is this really possible, when everything in my real world is showing me that maybe it's not, I know that I'm on the right path. But I only know that because I've done this enough time. I have built up my Delulu and insane muscle to be able to believe that I really can do, be, and have absolutely anything that I desire. And I do not believe that I am an exception to a rule. You watching this can do, be, and have absolutely anything that you desire, and it's going to require you to be a little bit insane. I actually responded to my brother and said, "Thank you, but I'd love to know why insane." And he said, "Honestly, insanity is really just anything that breaks from the norm. It's a compliment." And what I realized is he's right. We as a society have made up rules and processes and certain ways of going about living life that we consider normal. And when we decide to step out of that bubble, it is immediately deemed as something delusional, wrong, or insane. And I want to offer you today that that's not always a bad thing. I believe that controlled insanity is actually a gift and an opportunity for us to step outside of what we are taught, what we are programmed to believe, and create a new opportunity for ourselves. To do the impossible, to live an extraordinary life, you have to step out of the box. We cannot play it safe and stay in our comfort zones and expect extraordinary results. I recently shared this video of 10 things that I did for a month month that were a little bit delusional. And I still do many of these things every single day because I know that when I'm in my Delulu bubble is when I am able to create what literally seems like magic. In that video, I shared my 10 tips, but I want to offer you today to create your own Delulu bubble. So what does that look like for you? So to create your own Delulu bubble, and this is the bubble you live in where everything you desire is already so, and you are delusional. You are literally ignoring the reality. Here's a few tips that I would recommend to get started. And I also encourage you to watch that video where I give more tactical things that I did each day. First, we want to tap into visualization. You want to be able to see your dream life as if it's already so. When I say visualization, I think everyone envisions themselves closing their eyes and visualizing. And while that is absolutely a tool and technique you can use, not everyone is able to do that. So it can be even journaling about your dream life as if it's already so. You can even record voice notes for yourself. So I have tons of voice notes on my phone where I am talking to myself as if I have already accomplished the thing that I desire. What does my life look like? I'll even talk through a day in the life of my life as if it's already so, and expressing gratitude for each thing. As you hear me say in all of my videos, embodiment is at the core of all of this. And so acting as if is not about just simply faking or pretending. It is preparing yourself mentally, spiritually, emotionally for what is to come. Because when you are in your Delulu bubble, it is not a if I do this, it's already done. I know it's happening. I am not waiting for it to happen. I'm not hoping it's going to happen. It is done. And as I've shared before, I use my who is she energy. That for me is the full embodiment of the version of myself that has an aura and energy about her that almost inspires a who is that? Because I am so aligned, so confident, so clear in who I am and what I have to offer in this world. The biggest thing about your Delulu bubble and why I call it an actual bubble is you have to ignore the noise. One, we cannot share everything with everyone, and that is okay. Some things you do need to keep for yourself. As you start to embody this new version of you, people are either going to catch up or they're not. You don't need to explain to anyone what you're doing. Just go out and do it. If you have someone that you can genuinely, authentically share this with, great. It can almost serve as an accountability partner. But if you know you have people who are living normal lives in reality, then keep it for yourself. You have to trust your own inner guidance system. We are often taught to seek out consensus from others, and that is ingrained in us from childhood. And so we oftentimes will not make a decision until we have the consensus of our parents or our friends or our peers. And this requires you to be so anchored in your Delulu bubble that you don't need anyone else to tell you what is or isn't so. And last but not least, we have to take aligned action. And this looks like actually showing up and acting in the embodiment of the wish already being fulfilled. A simple example that I give to you guys is me showing up every day on this YouTube channel as if I have a channel with 100,000 followers. How does that impact how I show up? Well, it absolutely is going to affect the actions that I take, how seriously I take this channel, how seriously I take my craft as a content creator. I'm not trying to do something. I've already done it. And that then allows the embodiment to be there and therefore the aligned actions to follow. And ultimately the results. Because if you've been here for the last couple of months, you know that this channel has grown exponentially fast. And I do not believe that is luck. I have consciously created that by being in my Delulu bubble, visualizing, so seeing what it is that I desire, seeing the embodiment of that already taking place, embodiment, so showing up mentally to myself, to other people as the version of me who's already on the other side of that goal, shutting out noise. I do not share this with anyone that I know can't hold it. And I ignore anyone who tries to tell me, no, that's going to take a long time, or that's really hard to do, or very few people are able to accomplish that. I'm not hearing it. It cannot get through my bubble. And lastly, taking aligned action. So I am not afraid to, for example, hire a video editor because I'm not coming from a perspective of, oh no, I can't hire an editor because what if I don't make the money back? I already know the money's made back. I know the editor is going to pay for itself because I'm showing up as the person who already has accomplished the goal, not who is trying to accomplish the goal. I am in my full Delulu bubble. I have done this time and time again with so many things in my life and business. As I mentioned, I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I have worked with over 1,000 clients, things that were not possible for me at one point. I saw it, I embodied it, I locked myself into my bubble, and I took action aligned with it. over and over again, even when reality was telling me it's not working, it's never gonna work, you're not good enough. All of those inner self thoughts or inner limiting beliefs did not stop me. I kept going. So if you've been doubting yourself, if you've been feeling like maybe I'm just a little bit insane, maybe this is not possible for me, I wanna offer you the fact that the most successful people in the world were delusional enough to believe that they could literally change the world. They are no different from you or I. We are all human beings. We all come into this world the same. While we may have different circumstances and opportunities afforded to us, I do not believe that anyone else, regardless of their social status, of their bank account, of their looks, is able to do, be, have, and create something that I cannot. That is simply how delusional I am. And I believe that my life and the results of my life are a direct reflection of the level of delusion and insanity that I have around that topic. There are areas of my life where I am still building up my level of delusion because I've been so programmed to believe what is normal, what is expected, what the next step should be, that I am literally deprogramming myself. If you watch my other video recently, I talked about brainwashing yourself into success to believe in the seemingly impossible based on what society and the norm tells us. And something I want to leave you with is that I actually think it's absolutely delusional and insane to live a life believing only what we see in our physical reality. That to me is insane. And that is what allows me to show up boldly and confidently and believe that I can do what others may think of as impossible or just by chance or simply by luck. And as I shared before, I do not believe that I'm a unique case. If you were watching this video, you were called to it for a reason. And I truly just want to offer you today that you can have, be, or do absolutely anything you desire. It's going to require that you are delusional enough to believe it first. If this video was helpful for you, I would love to hear in the comments, what is your delusional life vision for yourself? Share one thing that feels a little bit insane, a little bit delusional, but you know in the core of your being, there is something telling you you can do this. And I encourage you to drop that in the comments. If this video was helpful for you, please share it with a friend. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you can get notified of the next video. I'm also really excited to share that we're going to be doing a lot of this Delulu work at my next retreat in the south of France in beautiful Cannes, France. We're going to Cannes, Monaco, Nice, where I'll be bringing together a small, intimate group of incredible women who are on this same path to creating the life, the business, the work of their dreams and stepping boldly into something outside of the norm and completely Delulu. I cannot wait to see you on the next video, and I look forward to reading your delusional comments.